speaking of excellent, Tommy's got great taste. As you can see, he's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, so he joins Zach Gallen as now my favorite guest ever on MLB Network. Zach is also a big Eagles guy. We'll get to Fly Eagles Fly in just a second and go Birds and Saquon Barkley. But, Tommy, first of all, congratulations on the signed deal to the Tigers. What was it about Motown that swayed you?
It just seemed like, they showed some serious interest, and, they were really just talking all about how they see me fitting into the bullpen, and it just really hit home. And, I watched obviously from afar, how their bullpen did this year, and those guys were electric. I mean, they're young and they're all just doing their thing, and they look like they're having a blast. So, and it just looked like the Tigers, that something clicked at the end of the season. And, obviously I'm getting a little older. I'm trying to latch on to some of the teams that, have a good chance, make a postseason run here.
Tommy, man, great seeing you, brother. Had some great times with you with the Yankees at the end of 2023. First off, dude, one of the things I loved about you more than anything is when we would be lifting in the weight room and you had like Motley Crue going, Poison. Tell us about the influence of the rock music you listen to when you work out.
Yeah, I mean, that's been dated back since, man, I was a young buck in the minor leagues, always just blaring, hard rock, 80s rock, metal. But I want to say I feel like the 80s rock really kicked off when I was in like college. We hit like this weird phase where we were just all about 80s rock, and I don't know, the long hair, the long hair metal band, man, it gets you every time. And as you know, you're in there and I'm blaring it. I'm not, it's loud.
I was waiting for you. I go, when Kahnle goes in there, that's what I'm working out. That's what I know. I like the music. Dude, last year, in the playoffs especially, bro, your changeup obviously has always been elite, but you started throwing it at an elite level. I want to say you threw almost 60 in a row at one point.
61.
61 in a row at one point, and it's so good. But how did you have the confidence to decide, you know what, I'm just going to throw changeups here? Yeah,
I mean, obviously the game plan probably wasn't going in to throw 61 straight, but it was working. And obviously I have the utmost confidence and command. Like I basically, it's like a fastball for me. So I can use it, down, in, out, up, essentially kind of throw it wherever I want. So I was feeling it, and we kind of just stuck with it. I wasn't going to shake, and it just kept going. I felt great with it.
I want to know what happened on the 62nd time you could have thrown the changeup. What was it that made you go, no, 61, that's enough?
I can't even remember the at-bat. There had to be a reason why I did it. I don't know. I have to go back and look. Once that last game, it ended, I really haven't gone back to look at any of the other games, but there's got to be a reason to why. Well, I didn't go for 62.
The numbers were unreal. 157 opponent average, 38.9 whip percentage. Like, there's a reason why that pitch, as you said, was so effective for you. What was it like playing for manager Aaron Boone, fellow Eagles fan?
That is correct. He is. It's always been great playing with Booney. I mean, I've gotten to know him since 2018, and he's always had a great relationship with me. He's always, had my back through everything. So it was an honor to play for him. I mean, growing up as a kid, obviously I watched Booney and Sean here. I grew up a Reds fan, so I appreciate having these guys as on the staff, and it was great to get to know them. And hopefully, you never know. Maybe I'll end up back there. Who knows? But I'm moving on to the Tigers this year, and I'm pumped, man.
Tommy, listen, I've played all over the place. Believe me, I'd rather have played in Great American Park than Comerica Park, because sometimes I hit some balls, I'm like, oh, that's in the gap. No, it's not. It's tracked down, and I'm out. So as a pitcher, I was like, if I'm a pitcher, that's where I want to play. Did the park factor in a little bit to your decision?
I think definitely it has a play into it. Obviously, Comerica is known as a little more pitcher friendly. So
a little bit.
It's actually smaller than it used to be.
That is, you're right. You're right.
That is true. But there are places where obviously you look and it plays a role into where you make decision. But ultimately, it was just kind of like I liked where they were. I liked where they were heading. It seemed like a good fit, and I hope it's going to be a wild ride this year.
All right, Notre Dame over the right shoulder. Unfortunately, fell a little short against Ohio State. But the Eagles are going to finish the job here. Seriously, Tommy, have you ever seen an offense that you could say is a great offensive attack, which is a running game, right? The death of the running back. No, Saquon's come back, 3 rushing touchdowns, Hurts 3 rushing touchdowns. A.J. Brown's awakened. Vic Fangio defense. There's no way this Eagles team does not win that Super Bowl February 9th, right?
I hope you're right. I mean, I'm an old school guy. I love how they just pound the rock. I mean, you go back and look at 2017, LeGarrette Blount and Jay Ajayi.
Nice.
That was the recipe, you know? So I think the recipe for success has always been run the ball, play good D, and we got the best O-line in football, and they're going to just throw these guys around. Can't wait to watch it.
All right, what's the prediction, bro? What's the score?
What did I have? I think I got like 35, 32, some weird score like that, I bet.
I love it.
It's going to be tight.
Nice high scoring game.
Oh, yeah.
All right, last thing as we thank you, can you just take out that tackling dummy behind you? We got to see this. Just go full throttle.
Actually, my daughter and my son, they beat that thing up.
We'll get
That's
them
why
in
it's
here
down
next
there.
time.
They just tackle it, run over. Yeah, have fun with it.
Love a good Eagles tackling dummy. Tommy Kahnle, honestly, had a phenomenal season with the Tigers. Congratulations on the new deal in Detroit. We're rooting for you, man. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Tommy.
you, guys. Yeah,
Thanks, Tommy.
awesome.
Great
Appreciate
seeing
it.
you, man.
You know it.
All right, go Birds.
Same.